All right, it's 7 o'clock. I'd like to call to order the September meeting of the Windsor Township Board of Supervisors. I'd like to invite everybody to stand and observe a moment of silence for all the victims and the first responders that lost their lives 23 years ago today. Thank you. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
one
one
nation, under God,
God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, first item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes. Before we approve the minutes from the August 14th meeting of the board, in the minutes section, it said that I had recused myself from a vote of approving the minutes of July 10th meeting. That recusing should say, that should be a no vote. So I'd like that changed in the minutes.
Okay, you're making a if you make that motion, I'll make the second.
Second, all in favor, say aye.
Change your minutes.
Okay. All right. Would someone make a motion then to approve the minutes as amended?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. All right, on to public comment. First up is Jared Ames.
All right, good evening. Going to do the fire service report for the month, so I wasn't here last month. We're at 563 as of today for call volume. Over the last month, we did standbys, both the large Hamburger Day event in the borough and also a trail race that was held in conjunction with the new business in town, Strand. I can't think of the first part of it, but they did an ATV run, and we had the ATV standby for the run. Added 3 new members to the department. This past week, we had 3 minor work and structure fires, both in Hamburg and Tilden, and multiple MBAs in the townships across. Municipal Working Group reminder is this Thursday, 7 p.m. at the firehouse. For those that are attending, we'll do the Zoom link. We're going to be discussing the finance plan and just doing the year-end updates with the rescue plan, replacement plan. So Scott's hit some financing status for that, and we're hoping to have things in motion for the end of the year to avoid that $400,000 price increase that the industry is looking to hit everybody with. So this will allow us then to start getting engineering in place and start looking at the truck build. So we'll have that as we keep going forward. So Scott will give that update to the group. Reviewing grant options for the new national reporting program with integration of the in-house dispatching and pre-planning mods that are being changed by the state. We're going to be changing to a system called First Due. It's going to allow for pre-planning and incident management and an iPad-based CAD notification for us. So that's kind of a big thing that the county's going towards for the apparatus and the chief operation vehicles. Just wanted to give an update on the field house. We have had that renter for the long term, and we're going to be in the next month starting to revisit the rental programs of some sort with contract rate increases for the venue and just how to navigate that going forward. So hopefully that'll start helping with some of the income, with extra capital expenses. So I am requesting, if we can, under the report section, if we could add the fire service report to the Windsor meeting, if possible. We do that in all the other meetings, and it would just align it with the committee reports. So just so we could have that as a line item going forward. We continue to have ongoing issues with PennDOT. I don't know what the township can do to help us with it, but they are still responding to incidents for either equipment or apparatus support for large-scale incidents along 78 and 61. So we're going to hit them pretty hard at the next 78 meeting, but we were denied resource requests in early morning hours in the last couple weeks. Within a half an hour of our incident, there was another incident down on 176 where they also, the fire service down there had asked for PennDOT support, they were denied it too. We were told they don't open until 7 a.m., deal with it until then. So, we'll just continue to add to the frustrations that we have with PennDOT in the northern Berks County section. Just a little bit of a apparatus update. We host a spill trailer by the county. We were just notified that they are replacing that, so we're getting a new spill trailer for municipal responses to the northern part of the county. We did get a $5,000 donation from a local business for upgrades on the building heating and AC projects. So it's about a $30,000 project to do it correctly, so we're gonna start knocking away at that as we can. So just thank you for your time and consideration, and just Scott sent the financials over as he does, so. And I emailed the report to everybody just so you have a digital copy. So, that's it.
Any comment?
No, I'll make sure that we list fire services report under the main list.
Thank you.
Any problem with that?
No, it's fine.
Nope. All right, thank you. All right, and next up is Jane Markovich.
Yeah, good. I'd just like to have you look at Woodland and Dunn Road. I get all the runoff. I did text Ben about it. And I put in a stone thing and it catches, I had to have somebody clean out like 8 wheelbarrows full of the runoff of the stones from the highway. I'd like to have someone look at that maybe you could put something in there to catch the debris before it comes into my yard. It's on the corner of Woodland and Dunn Road.
Yeah.
It's coming down Woodland and it's also coming down Dunn. It's just the stones and road debris and everything else. Well, and some mulch from those wood chips that were dumped up there on.
Is that crossing the road, or is it coming down to that pipe? You did all that stone work around
Yeah, I
your
did all
pipe?
that stonework, and I spent $3,000 to have that done, and I just had 2 guys clean it out because it won't work if all that stuff goes into those stones, you know, like I got cans and I got sticks and the stones from the road, and then I had to pay them $300 to clean that out. I was wondering if there couldn't be something put there to catch it before it comes into my property.
And we put some Polish curbs on some of that area up there.
It's just
How's that handing up?
It's just what's coming through the pipes.
Is it coming from the property with all the mulch?
Well, some's coming from that, but most of it's coming down Dunn Road, down the hill. It's
Yeah.
just general dirt from the roads.
Yeah.
I get both roads, I
It's
get,
the fines and stuff, but when we replaced that pipe the other year, it was half closed. So she wasn't getting all the water flow that was there, but now that we replaced all them pipes there, well, now she's getting more water flow and stuff. So now she's gonna get more debris through there.
Any suggestions?
I don't have anything, because if whatever we put there, somebody's gonna have to go check it every rainstorm to clean it, otherwise it's gonna flood out the intersection there.
I mean, it is a steep hill there. I mean, the water's got moving pretty fast coming down that hill.
And that's why I told her before, there's nothing that we can really do to put there unless somebody goes and maintains it all the time. So,
Any suggestions, Ms. Engineer?
Well, I haven't seen it, but I know you can put the sumps in the inlets, but just like Ben said, then you have to clean it out. If not, then the inlet builds up, or the pipe builds up, and then it requires more maintenance. It's a catch-22, no
Yeah.
matter how you look at it. So it's, with the small road crew you have, just to add another maintenance item.
Well, if you're up in the township for anything else, can you get up with Ben and swing by and look at it?
I'll take a look at it. Woodland and Dunn, I wrote down.
yeah.
And then also the other one that Tom was gonna look at for you, the shoulder improvement.
Oh,
Runs up
Powder
Mountain
No.
Road.
Mhm. Yeah, so I'll look at that as well, and then I have another,
Well, when you do that, if it's, depending on what time of day it is, I'd like to be out there with you.
yeah, I can make
Because
it,
I was out there with, you and I went out,
We were out there.
yeah, we didn't meet
And I
Tom
met
out
with-
there.
No, because Tom couldn't make it. He came
Yeah.
up a couple days later.
Yeah, because we have to address all the water coming off everybody's property from the backside.
What
There's
time-
3 rivers that come off that hill.
What time would you be available in the afternoon?
3:30?
3:30, sure, for work.
I can get off work and come right up.
Okay, all right, I'll look at my calendar
Yeah,
and send an email.
Let me know.
Yep, you got it.
We'll take a look at it when she
Okay.
gets up in town. All
Okay,
right?
thank you.
All right, any other further comment? Nope, all right. Then we'll move on to reports, the financial status.
The last 2 pages of the handout. And by the way, here's another one, if someone didn't get one, here's the next one. The highlighted items quickly. The first page shows revenues. Our main source of income on the general fund, of course, is line item 310.2 warrant earned income, $336,000 some dollars. And that, as I say all the time, is our major source of income in the general fund. One of the things that's, of course, higher, and in this end, if you're on the receiving end, it's good. Line item 341, interest. Total interest received through today, $35,841 some dollars. In all accounts, total revenues received $713,664.15. And that includes, of course, the general fund, the state liquid fuels fund, and the American Rescue Fund. The last page in your handout then shows the expenditures. Of course, the expenditures totally are considerably less because we have not yet paid for the 2 major contracts for road work, and that'll be coming up shortly. But in all accounts, total expenditures as of this evening, $483,504.09. The only comment I can make is you notice that in the American Rescue Fund, the total amount of money we have with that is, $268,900, almost $269,000. That money, when we plan to expend that totally for road work, that will be done for this calendar year. Anyone have any questions concerning finances at this stage?
Nope. All right, thank you. All right, zoning officer and code enforcement.
Okay, as you knew, last month, or as of September 1st, the transition happened from LPL to SDE, and starting next month, you will receive a monthly report from us with all the updates. Unfortunately, I want to have an executive session with you gentlemen. I've talked with Mr. Farbiars regarding the personnel matter that we're having, if that's okay. So unless there's any zoning or code enforcement specific questions you have.
Yes, I talked to Paul Lane today from LPL.
Okay.
He is planning to continue the residential permitting that was already paid for, that was already paid to them, to close everything out on that. Everything else, he was going to bring up to the township building in boxes. So I told him to get a hold of you.
Yeah, okay.
And, if you can't be here, just have Ben be here to open up. He said he has 2 boxes of files, and
Okay.
permits and stuff that he has to deliver.
Okay. Well, that's a start, so that helps. Thank you.
Yeah, and he's, like I said, he's just taking care of the small residential stuff. He's just gonna finish them out.
And that makes,
Because he's already altered it, so he's authorized to do it.
and it will cost the township or somebody more time, or somebody has to write off time in order to
To redo it.
transition and redo it, so.
Yeah,
it
they've
makes
already been
total
paid.
sense.
Yep, they've already been paid for it, and that was his suggestion.
Wonderful.
Yep, all right.
Do you have Will you have a BCO form for the township to sign?
I can.
Because right now the BCO on file is out of Concord, so we need to change that.
We need to change it to Ryan.
Yes.
And then moving forward, all of the zoning hearings will be attended by Ryan. So all of the postings also will be done by Ryan for all the zoning hearings that are coming up later this month and early October.
Okay.
Okay? Mr. Mubney, Attorney Mubney. Attorney Mubney.
For the zoning hearing board.
Yes, that's who I'm
Yeah,
working
zoning
with
hearing.
and update the notices.
Yeah, okay. Any other comment?
No, I think that's fine.
All right, then engineers and SEO.
Okay. I handed out you a packet. In that packet is the SEO report, but the main reason for the packet is the liquid fuels matter that popped up in the 2022 audit. So what transpired is that the two contracts that were in that occurred that year were included in one of the line items that they call it more maintenance, where it should have been split into maintenance and then repair. I call them line items 438 and 439. So they had a finding. So we ended up talking to Charlie Paris, who is a wonderful municipal liaison for this township. And he talked us through about the reimbursement from the general fund to the liquid fuels fund and the amount of the finding, which was $115,374.89. Now again, it's just moving money from one account to the next. But in talking to Mr. Long, you have a Pliget general fund, a checking general fund, a Pliget state or liquid fuels fund, a liquid fuels checking. Then we have the ARPA money. And so that's why I put this spreadsheet together so you can see my suggestion on where to pay for things. Charlie Paris added Pine Street Culvert to the liquid fuels as an approved project. So I suggested taking the larger project, which was your AMS oil and chip. I used the bid amount though. So if you look at the first line item, current balances and contracts, and you go all the way to the far right, you'll see the liquid fuels finding, and then you'll see AMS oil and chip. So I use that bid amount. Then sometimes we get adjustments, but I thought it'd be safe just to use the bid amount now for talking
Yeah,
purposes.
since we didn't get the final bill yet.
Yes, we didn't get the final bill. And then if you keep going to the left, Pine Street Culvert, this was what Chip's calculation came in for Pine Street cost. And then you get to the Pliget ARPA, and that's the balance. I worked with Mr. Long again to get all these current balances. So those are your base balances. So if you go to the next one, the adjusted balances after the reimbursement of the liquid fuels from the general fund. And if you look over now, liquid fuels finding becomes 0, but the liquid fuels account becomes larger in Pliget liquid fuels because the 115,000 was added to the original balance of the 252. Everybody following so far? Okay, then we have to do, we're going to pay people now. So I took the larger project, which Mr. Long and I talked about, which was the AMS oil and chip of almost $300,000. Your ARPA fund has about $270,000 in it. So paid a portion of AMS, and there was a balance of $30,000 still left, if you can see that in the middle column there. And Pine Street still isn't paid for yet, but now we've zeroed out the ARPA fund totally, because we paid all of it, we funded that out. And that you can do because it's general fund. ARPA is considered general. So we do a final adjustment, and now I'm paying the rest of, not I, but I'm suggesting to pay the rest of the amounts. So AMS then gets paid out of liquid fuels. So they zero out. Pine Street now as an approved project gets paid out of the liquid fuels. So they became 0. And as the previous line, Pliget ARPA was already 0. And then you have your final general Pliget and liquid fuels Pliget accounts. And that would be after, you would make all the payments and the adjustments, and you still have a good chunk of money left in each of those, okay? So
It's a shell game.
it is a shell game, but it all worked out, and we were very appreciative that Charlie Paris took the time to talk to us about it and walk through what he could do to help out. And the big one was approving the Pine Street Culvert project.
Yeah, that
So they can do
makes
that.
sense.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so that's why I did this to help you gentlemen out. When the bills come to pay, it's up to you, but this would be my suggestion to make things work.
Yep, okay.
Okay, and then you have the SEO report in the packet. You also have another email from Wendy Fulton. Mr. Long, we're still trying to close out that letter of credit. So there's another layer of paperwork Mr. Long and I will need to complete. That's the second to the last page. And then as I said, the last page, I'd like to do an executive session on that. So that's the packet. Pine Street Culvert has been noticed complete. It looks great, but there may need to be a guide rail adjustment. It looked like it was weak post, not strong post, and some of the end treatment. So we're in conversation with H&K, and they'll be fixing that. And as I said, next month you'll get the zoning code report. The other thing that Charlie Paris wanted me to ask is if I could train Mr. Long in doing what we call the dot grants NS 965 form online. And I did it for 5 years at Lower Heidelberg. It's not hard at all. It's just getting you registered. Okay?
Okay.
Instead of doing it by hand, and then that way Charlie Paris has it in the portal and can see right away everything and can help approve things quicker. Because right now it takes him an extra step because he's got to pass it to the department to then manually enter all the information. And then this way all of your numbers pop out. It's a wonderful thing, and it's not complicated. So maybe on the same day that I would come up to look at the stormwater issues, I could also come up a little earlier and register and show them how it works. It's easy peasy. What do you think?
Get it before milking time.
When's that?
When's that?
When's that?
When the girls are ready.
Morning, in the morning and
No, I'm not, I
evening?
won't be up here in the morning. It'll be probably maybe like 2 o'clock, give us about an hour or so just to get registered and
We'll figure
online
something
training. Okay? All right, so that would be my suggestion. That way it makes it very cost effective for me to pop up here and get a lot of things done. And then as Mr. Barbier said, we'll do a BCO form for Mr. Wessner. And I think that's it, unless anybody has any questions.
Yeah, I have a question about the Pine Street project. I noticed that on the southeast corner, the guardrail's only about, 15 feet from the edge of the culvert.
That's what they're looking at right now.
Oh, you're looking into that?
Yes.
Because it looks like it's very short. It looks like it should be extended at least to the tree
Yes.
or whatever.
And plus the posts, we call them weak versus strong. So weak are like about 6 feet apart and strong are like about 3 feet apart. So as you get closer to a bridge culvert structure, they really should be the strong post. So, I mean, the paving and everything looked beautiful. I was focused on that, but then Chip Bernese goes to me, Pam, look at guide rail. I'm like,
So
Yeah.
did they bid the better quality and longer length in the bid?
the addendum that went out, they should be installing all of the new guide rail per PennDOT.
And they did not?
They did not.
Okay.
They did not. Does not
So it's
meet
gonna
the
be,
PennDOT
it's gonna be
criteria.
on them to fix it?
That is totally correct. Yep, yep. So that's why I mentioned, except for the guide rail, it looks great.
Yes, it did turn out real nice.
Yeah. And the school buses weren't delayed that long.
Nope, only a week, so. Well, actually, less than a week because they had 2 days off, so.
That's a win for
It
everybody.
was like 4 days they detoured, but they were okay with it, so.
And they got lucky with rain,
Yep.
or the lack of rain.
Yes. So, any other questions?
Any other comment?
No.
No?
All right.
All right, thank you.
Mhm.
All right, Roadmaster, we have been.
Okay, as Penn said, that Pine Street got done last month. We also replaced other pipes and got some blacktopping done. So that was pretty much, and we mowed the shoulders, so that was our month and stuff, so. I do have quotes to finish up our blacktop work for the year, hopefully, and stuff. I got 3 spots to do. We have pipes on Strasser, and I'll just go through them one by one. We got quotes from Berks, Phillips, and Dick Wessner. So for the Strasser pipes, Kenny Reppert's is $6,264. Joe Phillips is $6,400, and Dick Wessner is $7,400.
So that's for all 8 of them.
Yeah, that's for the 8 pipes on Strasser. Now, over on Blue Rocks, Tom and I had talked back in spring, and we both forgot about it. There's an area that the road's half the lane is kind of missing and stuff. So when I was doing a road check, I seen it, so I went, had them bid that too. Repperts are $7,092. Joe Phillips is $8,400, and Dick Wessner is $9,800 for that area. And if we wanna, after we mowed the shoulders on Pine Street on the hill, I saw the roads being undermined coming down the hill there. In the gutter there, it's like 400 feet of gutter, I like the blacktop. Repperts was $6,436. Joe Phillips is $6,800, and Dick Wessner is $7,800.
So for all 3, for Kenny Reppert, you're looking at about $20,000.
Comes to, yeah, $19,792 comes to. So,
That's the low bid, obviously.
yes, yeah, because Joe, if you add them up, Joe Phillips is 21,600, and Dick Wessner is right at 25,000. So like I said, Strasser we definitely need to do.
Yeah.
Blue Rocks we should do, because actually the bus turns around there too. I found that out the other day when I was looking at it. And well, Pine Street, I threw that in. You know, if we have it, we can do it. If not, I'll push it until next year. And stuff, so.
And Pine Street was how much on that bid? 6?
64.36 is the low bid.
So if we just do the 2, it's about 13.
Well, we should really do Strasser and Blue Rocks.
Yeah, Strasser, yeah, you want to get Strasser
Yeah,
done before winter.
Strasser, definitely. Blue Rocks should really get done too.
Yeah, well, yeah, those 2, that's what I'm thinking.
Oh, yeah. So that'd be
Pine Street is probably way.
13.3 something would come out to be.
What would be the total for this work on Strasser and Blue Rocks Road?
If
From,
you go with the low bids, which is both Repperts, would be Strasser would be $62.64 and $7,092. So.
and what's the total then? Do you have it added?
$13,356.
That's what I got.
Any comment?
All right, we all can.
Any comment?
Mr. Chairman, I can make a motion that we authorize the roadmaster to do that work totaling $13,356, $13,356, and that work would be done by Reppert Excavating.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Ayes have it.
Also, since we're coming to winter, we need plow parts for the plows. We need 2 new cutting edges for the 2 small plows and a replacement spinner for truck 7, the spinner disc, because that's falling apart and stuff. And I could have got the spinner in spring, but they were out of cutting edges down at Cook's, because they always sell out by December, so they get their new shipment in August. So that's why I waited till now to get them. The tube heater above the little dump truck, that had stopped firing. back at the end of February. It didn't ignite. It would kick on, but it wouldn't ignite and stuff. So I just let that go because of getting out of this winter. But Davey Yoder, they worked on that back in November of 2018. So,
Yeah, I don't know if he's doing that on the side anymore or not, because he works out at Kutztown now, at the university.
but I know it took like 3 weeks to get parked in.
Yeah, if I see him, I'll ask him if he can take a look at it, if he's still doing it. I can get his phone number from somebody up on Woodland Road.
And I don't know, it might just be to the point to just get a new,
It may just need to be serviced. If it hasn't been serviced in that long, could be the igniter.
so like I said, it tried to start, but it was sparking, but it just didn't. So I don't know if it's the gas valve.
Well, the thermocoupler won't feed gas if there's not flame there.
So, next thing, like to order from Seal Master, for the window. I'd like to get 2 pallets of crack sealer for the MA10, and saw the handicap symbol out here, and the lines on the parking lot are fading off. They have a stencil that we can get. It's
Yeah.
$150 for the stencil, the paint, and then I figured to get 2 5-gallon buckets of white paint to paint the lines out, repaint the lines out here.
Do we have a line striper? You know, one of those little, to use as paint, the spray cans?
Because I figured over on Pine Street, I'd like to do some of there at the gutter, at the turn there at Dean's and stuff. I'd like to paint that white line so they don't drive off into the gutter too, so. But I figured this out here will probably be 3 to 4 gallons to repaint these lines. Because it took 3 gallons of paint to do the basketball court, so.
Use that white plasticizer.
And stuff, so. 'Cause I wasn't even at the, I kind of looked this morning, but I didn't look, I think the basketball was holding up pretty good.
Yeah, it looked good.
So that's the same, they've got the same paint, so.
Mhm. Yeah, the price of that went through the roof. I don't know if you bought any lately.
No. Well, it's actually on sale October. Got to order by October 1st, but they actually, we saved $30 if you get it now.
Well, what are they getting for a pallet of sealer?
I didn't ask about the power sealer and stuff, because it was.
Because they were about $2,000, weren't they?
They were 1,800 a piece before, so they probably are $2,000 now. I'm sure that probably went up because of oil. But yeah, the paint, it's 150.74, but on sale it's 128.
For 5 gallons?
Yeah.
That's, yeah, yeah, do it.
So, but like I said, that we got to order by October 1st. Since we sold the topsoil, I thought I'd have some more graded by now, but I didn't get any in. Didn't know if we could. I know the mushroom company's selling the mushroom soil up here and stuff, but I don't know if we can talk to them to get some donated. But I talked to Reppards about hauling trucks and load in. They said $100 for the use of the truck, and then if they still charge us for the mushroom soil from the mushroom company, it would be $50 for the load. So it'd be like $150 to get a load in.
Where were you gonna use that?
On the shoulders where the pipes were replaced,
Oh,
like
to get the
reseed
grass. Get it grown.
and stuff, so. Because it'll take close, because I didn't touch anything on Strasser yet. So I had those 12 pipes total to do. Plus actually up on Hine, I should backfill the shoulder some from where we had blacktop last year and stuff, so. So the full load will get used up. But
You know, fall some time to plant it.
since we're a township, if cut us a break on the mushroom soil, or if they'll actually charge us.
You gonna ask them?
You know.
And I'll send you the plan manager's info to see if it.
That's not Alex, is it?
No, it's a lady.
No. 'Cause I had the other one, but then I thought they said an Alex took over. And then, last, AMS will be, he called today and said they'll be Monday and Tuesday, they're planning on slurring evening. So, that'll be, they had truck breakdowns and stuff, so that's why they didn't get it in August.
And they're in charge of signage.
Yep, Friday, they'll put up the no parking signs on Friday. So, they're gonna do, Monday, they plan on doing Valley, Florence, and Francis, and then Tuesday, Raymond, Willow, and Maple. So they'll do the middle Monday and then the outside on Tuesday. So,
Yeah, they're not calling for rain until later Tuesday.
yeah. So, that's all I have.
Any comment? All right, thank you. On to the park. Anything new there?
I haven't gotten anything.
Are they finished with,
I haven't heard nothing.
what is that sign, those signs on Old 22, that some church was having a picnic at Edenburg Park? Did you see them? Did you see them, Dave? I thought I saw them.
No, it's on.
They're gone.
No, they're up.
There's, yeah, I thought so, because I think there was one in Stuart Harmony's yard.
You only have one more rental on Sunday.
One this Sunday? Okay. All right, so we have a heads up.
I do know the weed whacker's missing over there.
Yeah, what's up with that?
What's up with that?
Alright.
Well, you're the one that said it was missing.
Yeah, that disappeared when you were mowing, when that Friday and then that following week, when I thought, well.
That was gone before July 2nd, but you said you were using it after that, or weed whacking after that, so.
No, I was using mine now, right, because I was using mine for with the tot area with all the pickles.
So when did you use the townships last? Because then we can
Right.
kind of narrow it down when it disappeared.
Back to like the second week in June, that's the only time I mowed anymore over there. And then you mowed.
I only mowed for July 2nd was the only time I moved over there. So sometime mid-June, it got legs.
With the doors open when he was mowing, that's, did somebody walk in and take it while he was mowing? Is that a possibility?
Do you leave the doors open? Yeah, he leaves the doors open. Close the doors.
Well, I guess we need to replace it.
We'll wait till spring. Maybe we can get us,
Whatever you want to do.
well,
That's
because sometime they have down at that
Yeah,
February sale.
yeah, I'll be going down again.
Yeah, it is. in
I know
February.
somebody else is looking for a ball, yeah. All right, we can do that. Yeah, because they have brand new ones there, that's right. And we just work it the same way, just we paid it for the mowers with a check. I took a check along. Yeah, we can do that.
Is it all right if we wait until February,
We could,
Mr. Secondary? You're just sitting there
I
being
think you ought to
quiet.
spray the weeds. Get the weed sprayed.
did you have a,
I had a quote for that. Did you get any more quotes, Matt?
I did not, I called down to Ehrlich. They said the salesman was on vacation and I did not hear anything back. So I don't know how long a vacation the person's on.
Well, at this point for this year, I think we ought to pass on it. But
Yeah, I
I
think
got
it's
a
gonna
plan
change.
next year to fix that up over there.
early spring?
Yes,
Yeah.
and maintain it throughout the summer.
Did you see his quotes that he had gotten?
Yeah, I saw he sent the email, yep. Yeah, it was around, what, 6
And
or
it
7?
plays hell with the strings on the weed there, but you try to do is change link fence and stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to get the weeds whatever I can, like chain link fence and around the bicycle thing and the, not too much of the fence, just the bicycle thing. I don't know, do they even use that?
What?
The bicycle thing down, where you park the bicycles in, down there at the top area. The other one we took away.
It's only if somebody bikes over there
I haven't seen
for
anybody
the
yet.
play lot.
I think we ought to do that, or someone here ought to get a category to license and spray. There's two options,
Certified.
not for that.
Well, I'm not either, but you can get it. Our other vice person had gotten it to assist.
See what he does, he just throws it back at you, okay?
Exactly.
I try to share.
So we're gonna wait,
Remember, I'm on a small crew.
we're gonna wait till next year on the spraying then.
I forget,
Okay.
because, way it looks, we're gonna need mulch or something to fill in.
Yeah,
so-
it's getting pretty low.
so.
Yeah, get it sprayed and then mulch it, so. All right. Any other comment?
No.
All right, thank you. All right, on to solicitor, Mr. Farbiarz.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I received from the solicitor for the Borough of Hamburg a memorandum of understanding with regard to the signs on Fort Clinton Avenue. It's acceptable as far as I'm concerned. It reflects our understanding, which is they're essentially granting us a license to install the signs. They've already been approved by their engineer, which is Mr. Hoffman. And it indicates that we're reimbursing for 2 hours of professional fees if we haven't already done so, which we had agreed to do. I did send it to our engineer. I believe was there any comment from you on this? Yeah.
Not at all.
So I would just need a motion to approve it. The Borough Council's already approved it, and then I'll get you to sign it when we meet next week for executive session.
And this didn't have anything to do with the patrolling or?
Nope.
Okay,
Nope.
just for the placement of the signs?
Nope.
Okay,
They didn't sneak anything in this time.
okay. I have to ask.
But
I have to ask.
you do, but they did not.
And you were going to send the same thing to West Brunswick as well?
I will reach out to West Brunswick,
Just so
Have
but I
we
want to
heard
get this one
anything
done
from them?
first.
Yeah, this one.
Have we
was-
heard anything from them?
They're
on
very
this?
quiet. No, I don't never hear anything.
I did talk to Todd Chappelle,
Yeah, that's a good one. Oh, he's roadmaster. and supervisor.
correct, and he said they had no problem with it.
Okay.
That'll have to be in writing.
I'll
But that's
read.
why we thought the MOU would work well with them,
Yeah.
West Brunswick as well.
Yeah, so I'll modify this for West Brunswick, and we'll essentially do the same thing, except we'll take out, they're not charging us the 2-hour professional time.
All right, would someone make that motion?
I shall move.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
I'd like to announce that the board met in executive session on August 26th to deliberate on the Mountain Trail Solar application. The board will be meeting in executive session next Wednesday, September 18th, to continue deliberations on the Mountain Trail Solar application. So that sort of gives you the update on Mountain Trail Solar. Hefner Road Solar 1, they were in Planning Commission last night. Planning Commission did make a recommendation for approval of that conditional use with the proviso that the new solar ordinance should apply. And it's sort of a unique situation because I think while the modification is likely appropriate, I think they're gonna have some issues when they get to land development, because I do think that they're gonna be subject to the new solar ordinance for land development purposes, and I tried to get that through to them last night, and I don't know that it was completely catching. So, we do have a conditional use hearing scheduled for that on September 30th here. So we will hear their application at that time. Don't have anything else on my list, but I don't know if you have any questions.
Any comment?
Just a question, Russell.
Yes.
The action of the planning commission at last evening's meeting,
Yes.
where they're making a recommendation,
Mhm.
should we put that in our minutes now, or, that's been recommended, or how do we do at this point? What's your recommendation?
You don't need to put it in your minutes. Typically, I will essentially prepare a letter that I mark as an exhibit
Okay.
saying that this is what happened, because we won't have minutes. Even if you do the minutes, they won't be approved by September 30th.
Okay.
And I know Josh sent an email last night, sort of writing out exactly what the
Right.
motion was, so I'll use that.
Right, that's why I have it here.
Yeah.
And as far as Mountain Trail, were you gonna get something to us to review prior to that meeting, the executive session next week?
Yes, I'm up to about 25 pages, so.
Great.
So my goal is, I want to work on a little bit more on Friday, and then I'm going to get it to you probably, so you have the weekend at least to look at it.
All right. Any comment? No? All right, thank you. All right, on to old business, we took care of Mountain Trail and Hefner Road. To new business, the Planning Commission appointment as an alternate. We had talked about this before, and I understand that Kyle Hunsberger was at the last Planning Commission meeting, the regular Planning Commission meeting. And unless there's any objection, I'd like to nominate Kyle Hunsberger as the Planning Commission alternate, number 1. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it.
One of the things, Mr. Chairman, one of the things that was discussed last evening at the Planning Commission meeting is that there would be some value in actually having 2 alternates. And it's just something for us to consider.
Okay. All right. The elected auditor's position, we need an appointment for that. You had talked to Carolyn Little, and I had talked to Snook Adams, and one of her neighbors is willing to sit on the auditor's board. Her name is Pam Isaac. Pamela Isaac. Isaac, okay. And, I mean, she's lived out on Florence Avenue for, when did they build that house? Probably about 15 years ago. So without any objection, I'd like to nominate Pamela Isaac to replace Laura Combs
Holmes? Yeah.
as an auditor and her term is, what, Laura was only 1 year into her term.
Yeah, that's a 6-year term.
Yeah, so this is gonna be for 5 years, right?
No, she'll serve until the next municipal election. So
Not this coming election?
So the 25 election.
Okay.
That seat will then be up on the 25 election to someone who will be elected to fill the balance of the term.
Okay.
So,
Right. But, excuse me, but if we appoint her now, she will then serve until, as you just said, the next municipal election, correct?
right,
Which would be
in November
November
25.
of 25.
Right.
And does she have to register or anything to get on the ballot?
Yes, she will,
Does she
when
have
the-
that, will she have to do that in March
February,
for the primary?
yeah.
Just so she knows it, so we can let her know that.
Yes.
Must we contact the election bureau in the county? You know,
Next year, yes. I don't think that it's something that you need to contact them now about, but we'll have to let them know that that's gonna be on ballot.
Would you like to make that motion then?
What, for Pamela?
Yep.
Okay, I thought you did.
Oh, I did, okay.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. All right, Raywill Real Estate LLC, 2 waiver requests, what's that about?
The
Planning Commission at their regular meeting recommended two waiver requests and a
curbing and sidewalks,
yeah. Did they also recommend
a conditional approval,
but I don't think we have plans yet.
right.
So I think at this point, the only thing you can really do is grant the waivers.
Right.
which as Steve Hoffman has explained, are really deferrals, because on curb and sidewalk, you can always impose that at a later point.
Mhm. That was for Carl Markle's.
No,
Is that-
No,
that was last night, that's not on the agenda yet.
Oh, okay, yeah, because his engineer asked me about it, and I said, you know, keep in contact with Steve, because I think
Yeah.
Steve was waiting for
Mhm.
drawings.
Yeah, that'll be on the October agenda.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make the motion that we follow the recommendation of the planning commission to grant the waivers of the saldo for installation of curbing and sidewalks.
I'll second that. All in favor, say aye. Ayes have it. All right, budget time's coming up. The tentative budget coming out in November meeting. Where did the year go?
Yeah, what I'm saying is, for the rest of the board, you have to, any preliminary thoughts at this point as far as,
Are we gonna build something in for another full-time employee? I
no,
mean,
that's
something
the
to
kind,
think
that's the
about.
kind of thing that, you know, and of course, anything we do like that, we have to have the income to do it.
No. Yeah, and if we do decide to do that, like I said, I looked at the website and I thought it just said part-time personnel. But if we're gonna advertise it on the website, we should put dates on of when we're accepting applications.
Right.
So keep that one application that you have.
Yeah, I'll do that, right.
Okay.
And is that for a road crew?
Did you wanna talk about that?
I
Did you wanna do that in executive session? The job description?
That's fine. We can
We
do
do
both.
it,
Mhm.
okay. All right, other concerns? The sign out at the Township building, how's that going?
I am replacing some pieces of it that I didn't see before, so, once the road work gets done and I have a chance to fix that.
Yeah, that's not pressing.
No. The holes are dug yet, sign is here, just gotta make some modifications.
All right, and the county convention coming up October 17th.
Right. And I have to, as I said, indicate by the end of this month or the 1st of October, and people from Windsor who would be attending. So
Yeah, I'm planning on going.
I'll contact the tax collector and the auditors. Russell, at this point, is it appropriate for the person who was just appointed, this Pamela Isaac, to attend?
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Okay.
It would be a good idea, absolutely.
I was just gonna say, that's when they do trade information, they do that breakout
Okay.
session, and all the people that I've talked to felt that was very valuable.
I'll
Yeah.
communicate with the chairman of the auditors and, you know, set it up, and as
Yeah.
I said, and I'll contact, and you plan to go.
Yeah, I'm planning.
Do you really know anything about this yet?
I'll look into it.
Pardon?
I'll look into it. I don't know yet.
Okay.
Yeah, it's always a
just
Thursday
in-
evening.
It's just in the evening out at Bowling,
Okay.
you know, like five till 9, something like
And the
that.
commissioners that speak, there's usually some litigation updates from PSATs and some other things, so it is a good program to attend. It's well run, and also very good food.
Yeah, yes it is. It's Thanksgiving early.
It is, the Ole ladies make some fine meals.
Well, there you go, Jerry, there's a reason to be there.
All right. You coming?
I never go, no.
Oh, you never go.
I'll be there. I'll be there this year.
All right.
Craig, if you could get me the correct spelling for Pamela's name,
Say it
the
again.
correct spelling for Pamela's name and her contact information.
I will do that for you.
Because she'll need to sign an oath.
Yeah. Let me contact that, and then I'll
Yeah.
have her contact your office to come in and do all
Yeah.
of that, okay?
Okay. Any other comments or concerns?
Only one comment I have is, when you,
Yeah, the road opening permits, that, yes, I have that packet here.
do you have that?
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to the Med Ed people here about 2 weeks ago, and they agreed to change the access point on the curb of Pine Street to same access on the other side.
Yeah, that's fine.
So instead of doing that, they're gonna go this way, so they're gonna remove that. They agreed to, verbally agreed to that.
Yeah, that's fine.
So
And which map was that before we
that is,
process that?
that is, all these signs, I think they're all marked that way, aren't they?
Pine Street?
Yeah, Pine Street's the
Pine
one,
Street?
yes, on the curve. Is that the one right there in your hand? Yeah, they're gonna remove this one here and put it over here.
Awesome, okay,
That was a concern that was brought up last time by Tom.
okay. This one and there. Gotcha. Are they gonna resubmit,
I would think so, but
sketch so
that- I
that
don't,
we can attach it to the road opening permit?
we're gonna need that, right?
Yes. Is there a person that you contacted at Minute that I can reach
Yeah, I
out
can
to?
share that with you.
Please,
Yes.
then I'll help that out,
Yes.
move that along. Wonderful, thank you very much.
Any other concerns? All right, I'd like to make a motion that we pay the bills. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. I'd like to make a motion that we go into executive session. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it.